Welcome to SD Small Business Coaching. I am Stephania Duncan. Today, I want to take just a few moments to do a brief introduction of myself. I'm going to be sharing with you some notes from my small business planner, Jeremiah 1 and 5, as I begin to think about and write out some notes about myself. I'm reminded of Jeremiah 1 and 5 when it says that before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I believe in life that all of us are born for purpose. We are born for a specific assignment. We are born in the uniqueness, in the image of God. He is a creator and he has creative genius inside of us. And it is inside of all of us. So, who is Stephania Duncan? I am a wife, mother, and entrepreneur. Small business coaching began for me through mentorship. My story as an entrepreneur is embedded in the SD Small Business Coaching System. SD Small Business Coaching is a combination of my life experiences. In 2013, I launched my first small business, and within 90 days, the small business was unsuccessful. But in that year, in 2013, was the same year. During that time, I was also being ordained into ministry. How many of you all believe that some are called and then some are chosen for purpose? And I'm reminded of a scripture when it said that there are some who are born of affliction, are born in affliction, are born through affliction. What am I saying? For so many of you all out there, even when it comes to small businesses, your small businesses is literally going to be born in many cases through your affliction. Like with mine, I began to start to mentor from the very place where I was quote unquote crushed. It was in that crushing of losing my first small business that I began to understand and purpose began to be born of mentorship and understanding more about not only having a business, but the business lifestyle, the entrepreneur lifestyle, and everything that comes with it. In 2015, my life shifted. Many times in our lives needs to shift. I started in life. I was born into a single family. My mother was a single parent. I was a teenage. I came into parenting as a teenage mom, single parent, and I began to walk through life through the lenses of affliction, through the lenses of challenges, obstacles was always in my life. But in 2015, I can literally look back and say that my life shifted. The plan that God had for my life that Jeremiah speaks of in Jeremiah 29, God says to us that I have a plan for you and I have an expected end for you. And so God began to continue in my life in 2015. That's what the shift is all about, to begin to unfold to me more about the plan that he had to me. Yes, Stephanie, you've been through challenges as a single mom. You've been through the challenges as a single parent. You've been through the challenges as a single woman. But there's going to come a time in your life where I'm going to shift your life and begin to unfold my plan for your life. So in 2015, my life shifted from singleness into the married life. Come on, someone out there, you believe in God, you're single. I had been single for years. I had already had a family, and I'd been serving and moving in multiple capacities. I had had success in many ways, but I had not yet embarked upon this assignment as a wife. So in 2015, God blessed me with my husband. And in 2015, how I speak of my life shifted. My husband came in, he saw the gift and the talent that God had placed in my life, and he began to get behind the vision and support me from that day to this day, and life began to shift for me. Not to where Stephanie, you come back and you just build a small business. But through that, I come to understand that not only was God's going to give me back the small business that quote unquote I lost, but God was going to bless it to where I was going to begin to mentor others from their starting place, of that place where they're starting and that place where they began. So I begin to live this life married. 2 years later into marriage, God blessed my life with another child. So I'm the mother of 2 beautiful daughters. And then I began to mentor others in 2016. I began to mentor and hit the grounds through workshops, conferences, and I began to share content over social media along the course from our small service-based business. And through that, I have been blessed with so many other opportunities, like being a panel guest at a huge event where there were thousands upon thousands of people that was there, and God began to bless our small business. We begin to be fruitful, multiply, and to replenish the earth for 5 years through small business, through what God gives us in the marketplace, and then 5 successful years of building a business, and then 2020 happens. But the 2020 I'm speaking of is not just a COVID-19 pandemic. In March of this year of 2020, our small business was involved in a tragic fire. That building where the tragic fire took place was also the building where I would annually host workshops and conferences. And so the beginning of this year was a very challenging year. No one would ever think that you lose your business in 2013, you come back to rebuild. God bless you with the marriage. He blesses you with now 2 children. You begin to build a successful business for 5 years, mentor, go into the community and do so many other wonderful things. And then the COVID-19 pandemic happens, and then the fire happens. But again, it says in Jeremiah 1:5 that before I formed you in the womb of your mother's belly, I knew you. And before you were born, I set you apart. See, God has set you apart for a purpose. He set you apart for a time, a season where your purpose, your talent, your skill and abilities will be utilized in this life. Teaching is one of my primary gifts. I'm talking about from teaching Sunday school. I'm talking about from teaching in the youth prison system, and now teaching leaders through small business. Teaching is one of my primary gifts. It's natural for me to teach. So with the SD Small Business Coaching, which is the season that I am in now, I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I often talk about opportunities and how opportunities are going to be presented to you, and they're going to continue to be presented to you as you go. I know for so many people, when it comes to a starting place, that place involves insecurities, it involves vulnerability because you're starting. But guess what? I have created something from you for that place where you're starting. And it is on our website. It is, you can go to our website. It is called writethebusinessplan.com. I'll include all of the information into the description box. When you get on our website, there are 2. We have a digital product, and our services are listed online. At any time you're out there and you say, Stephania, oh my God, I hear about your story. It's good. I get to know more about you and who you are and why. Why are you now when I can just continue to build my small business and not have to teach, coach, or mentor anyone else? Now I understand, Stephania, why you're doing what you're doing, because this is an assignment that the Lord gave me before I was even born into my mother's womb. And so I'm very excited and thankful for the opportunity. Yes, I've been born into affliction, but also I've been born for it. And you're born for it. You're born for great things. God has great things for you. You are destined for greatness. You're destined for victory, and God's going to give you victory and triumph in your life. But guess what? When you begin to launch your business, the digital workbook that I have created, of course, is from my experience. It is not through by way of a certification that I received. It is along the course of my life experiences that's embedded inside my full coaching system. The digital workbook is an intro to my coaching system. We begin to talk about vision, finance, and marketing. And when you download if you are interested in any digital coaching sessions, those are 90-minute sessions. I always encourage those to make sure you invest in the digital workbook first, because my coaching system stems from the digital workbook. Let me tell you, it's going to ask you 8 questions that most of the time you don't think about with starting a business. It's going to help you to draw out your ideas, get them in front of you to where you understand more about who you are and why you are doing what you do. Because I'm going to tell you, small business, building a small business, entering into the entrepreneur life, it's not all about money. We are blessed with relationships. We're blessed with opportunities. We're blessed to expand. We're blessed, even for myself, to teach. And so it's so much more than a view and a follower. And it's so much more than a sale. So go to writethebusinessplan.com, download the digital workbook, and go ahead and get started. Begin to draw out the blueprint for your business, because that's what a small business startup is. And it's going to help you to see things clearly. It's going to give you clarity. It's going to give you understanding. In there, I talk about marketing, specific marketing strategies, content creation, your finance plan, how to create a budget and stay on a budget, understanding what assets are, understanding what algorithms are. I talk about all of that wonderful stuff, and it's wrapped inside my coaching system. Now, for those of you all, before I conclude this broadcast, if you are interested, you hear about the opportunities that I've been blessed with. I know we're in the midst of the pandemic. So if you're interested in bringing Stephania Duncan in the small business, in the SD small business coaching to your 2021 podcast, 2021 panel discussion, virtual experience, then please email us at info.stephaniaduncan@gmail.com. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout this full broadcast. Please be sure to subscribe and click the bell for the notification as I continue to upload content to the SD Small Business Coaching. I look forward to serving with you very, very soon. God bless. Bye-bye.